Alright guys, welcome back to the shop, and today I'm going to get started by sanding this body filler I put on. It's been a few days and get it smoothed up, and hopefully I'm going to go ahead and get another coat on here, and this dent right here is still pretty deep, and yeah, so that's where I'm at today. I'm trying to get it as good as smooth as I can get now, and then hopefully by Thursday of this week, which is the day after tomorrow, I'll be ready to shoot with some primer, and then we'll block sand it and fill in any imperfections, and then re-primer it, block sand it again, and then seal it and move on. Hopefully by then the bed floor will be here and we can kind of move on to it. I need to get it in and then get it where I can hook this back up to it. So yeah, that's where we're at. And I know y'all don't want to care nothing about seeing somebody sand this mess, and it's a mess, it's a dusty mess, but I think it turned out pretty well, this patch. We'll have to see when I get it all sanded down. Right now it's a little bit rough. These ridges, and you can see that stuff that sticks out. And of course a lot of sanding left to do, and I can still see I've got a big dent right here. I'm gonna have to have a good bit of body filler. I'm gonna have to get some new body filler because this stuff's getting, I'm about to run out, and I think it's just getting to the point where it's drying out. So I'm gonna definitely have to get another quart or so to finish this bed up. So let me get this sanded on, and I'll show you what time it is to see how long it takes me. It is 5 after 4, and here we go. Alright guys, 15 minutes later, and I've got this thing knocked down pretty well. I think I will take a long sanding board and hit on this a little bit. It's got a little bit of waviness to it. Right in there is a little low. And this right down here, I got a high spot right here, but this is all still low here, and it comes back up to a high spot, so I have to knock this right in here down a little more. I got to fill in a little bit more there to make that more level, and then of course that's all low there, got to be filled in. And this down here looks pretty good. Might have just a little bit of waviness, not much. And then this little piece that I refilled, that little dent there, it's pretty much took that out. That looks pretty good. And so I think I'm gonna mix up some body filler, and I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up and cover this up right here with it, and we'll let it sit overnight and come back tomorrow. Alright, 10 minutes later, we got the body filler on. I found one more spot I forgot to mention that was low. Right in here, I went ahead and filled that in, slathered the body filler on. Hopefully it's going to be enough. And so now we'll wait till tomorrow, let it cure, and we'll come back and pick up from there. Alright guys, it's the next day. This stuff's set up. You can see where it's set up pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and get this sanded down as good as I can get it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover this truck up, because hopefully next couple days it's going to be warm enough to paint. It's supposed to be mid-60s with low humidity. So I'm either going to paint it in here. If I do, I'm going to have to put my doors back on, or I'm going to take it outside and paint it. Hopefully the wind won't be too bad. I can take it outside to paint it, because I really don't want to have to put these doors on and take them back off. But I need to get it primed up so I can do some block sanding. So let me get this sanded down. Again, I'll show you what time it is. It is almost 10 to 4. And I don't think it'll take about 10-15 minutes to sand this thing with this air disc. 6-inch 80 grit. It took me a little bit longer than I thought, 20 minutes, but I ended up having to hand sand this right up in here. I forgot the other day to get that. Got this pretty much good enough, I think. And I also went back and sanded a lot more off this. Had a little bit of waviness to it. Still got a little bit right in there. I can kind of feel a little wave. This feels pretty good. This is going to be the problem area. Pretty sure it's high right now. And I got some low spots in here. But I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and hit it with a guide coat and see if I can't knock it down a little more than I got it. And still got a little bit more sand to do around the edges. This I didn't really touch up any. This feels pretty good. I think this is pretty much ready to prime. This one feels good. Got a few little pinholes I'm gonna have to end up filling in, but feels good. I don't know what it's gonna look like. Might still be a little low right in here. Feels a little bit low right there. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just spritz a guide coat on here and block it down, and we're gonna call it good for priming. Alright, less than 10 minutes later, truck is covered. And if you're using this Norton stuff, you always want to make sure that the Norton sign is facing out. This stuff, I think it don't do as good a job of protecting your paint if it's not facing out. And of course it's got this side out, wrote on it. See it under this stuff. You know, I just rolled it from the front to the back of the truck, and then unrolled it side to side, and it covers pretty good. It's draped all the way to the ground on the other side too. Of course, you know, with the fan blowing right here, blowing out this door, it does tend to want to woof woof, you know, a little bit. So I may end up having to pull it a little bit more to be able to get some wood over it, keep it from flapping too hard. But at least it'll keep the dust off. I should have already done it. Alright, time to put a little guide coat on, and I don't have any dark guide coat. I don't even know where the guide coat's at. It's somewhere in this mess. I got some yellow. It's hard to see on this. Let me see if I can find it. And I'm sure if you've seen any of my other videos, you've seen me use it before, but I hadn't used it in months, so I'm not sure exactly where it's at. Of course, you can use any kind of paint. I like the guide coat just because it dries very quick. But black paint will work well too. So, I mean, you can just use some black enamel. And if I can't find that guide coat, that's what I'm going to use. There it is. So I just got this deep wood. I ordered the wrong stuff. I got the tan for dark primers. But actually I use a gray primer, so this stuff ain't very good over it either. But I do like it because it dries quick. It goes on dry. And I mean, you can sand this stuff, whereas that paint, you got to let it dry for, you know, a good 15 minutes. I'm gonna get this stuff on here and we'll be right back. Alright, well, you can see the yellow. It does show up pretty well. So what I'm going to be using is this hand block and just making good long flat strokes across there. And we just want to get rid of the guide coat for as much as possible. Find my respirator. Dust mask. There really ain't no easy way of doing this. here we got a low spot right on the edge. Now that's telling me that this right in here is too high. Right. Then we got a little low spot in the middle, and then we got another high spot, and then a low spot, and another low spot, and that's a pretty good low spot right there. And here's a good low spot. So I'm probably gonna have to come back and put a little more body filler right up in this area right here. All right. And then I got another low spot right here, so this is too high right in here. I'll probably just take my DA and take that off. All right. And right in here also, go ahead and DA this back down a little bit. I can definitely tell it's high right here. And then I'll come back and I'll put a little more body filler right in this area, because I can definitely tell there's a dent right there. That's where I missed. Alright, got the stuff mixed up. Get down here before it hardens up on me. I've got to order, this is the last of that gallon. I've got to order some new, get some body filler. Now, you know, I don't guess there's nothing wrong with Bondo. And I know they make a Bondo, a more professional version. I guess I could try that. I might can get it locally. I got a lot left. I wonder if anywhere else I might need a little. I don't guess there was really. Well, I'll tell you back, there was a little spot right here. It's a little bit low. Yeah, I know I ain't supposed to be using cardboard, but that's all I had. Alright guys, well I guess that's going to do it for this video, and tomorrow we'll finish sanding that back down. And I was planning on etch priming it today, but I guess I'll etch prime it tomorrow, and then Friday, as soon as I get home, we'll give it a coat of primer, and hopefully this weekend we'll do some block sanding. So until then, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't.